Kelly Lamm with your delicious scoop. And today we are going to talk to Dr. Tracey Wilen. You know, March is Women's History Month, and she says that here come Z Women. So I'm anxious to find out what this is all about. Welcome to the show, Doctor. How are you?
Oh, very good. Thank you for having me.
So we actually have a Women's History Month. We're actually accepted in a whole month?
Yes, and you're going to, I'm sure, hear a lot of programs not only about the past history and women's success, but as I'm looking at women who are going to be making new history for us, and that will be the Z women.
All right, so let's hear. Tell us about what the Z Woman is.
So the Z women, right? We have the baby boomers, we have Generation X, we have Generation Y, and now we have Generation Z. And Generation Z, most are characterizing of individuals born in 1995 or younger. So in today's numbers, it would be anywhere in high school, college, some working, and even some out of college.
All right. So you're the author of about 11 books. You are somebody who is very much, in the business world. My gosh, an executive for Fortune 100 firms. I mean, you've got it all going up. You're a global speaker. What made you want to start doing research and finding out more about this Generation Z woman?
Well, I find that each generation of women brings something new to really help the whole women's movement, so to speak, or the positions of women in the workforce and in society move ahead. And so there was so much information already out there on the millennials. And then I started to look at this Generation Z, and these are the women who are in high school, in the formative years, high school, college, entering the workforce, and even now voting, that I wanted to see what new things that they'll bring to the workplace and to society.
And it is such a different generation, having, two daughters in that arena, that age group there. It's different the way they learn, the technology they have, everything from when we were beginning our career days and coming up. How do you think the Generation Z is going to impact and differ from the millennials?
Well, you mentioned the whole technology aspect, and I think every generation will always have more and more technology to bring. But for example, they grew up online. Some say where the millennials had 2 screens, Generation Z is growing up with 5 screens. They've grown up with social media. They've even grown up with privacy and cybersecurity issues. So they're going to have a very different perspective than the previous generations just because of what they're living through.
And do you think it's going to be a good move? My daughters have actually even said to me sometimes, I wish I would have grown up in your time. There's just so much now. And you said a key word about privacy. And sometimes the things that can go on online, our privacy is gone once you've put that information out there. How do you think that's going to affect us later on?
I know. They have grown up in what we call a VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, much more than past generations. I mean, we used to say if it's printed or you see it on TV, it must be true. Saying not, because they see multiple opinions coming from everywhere. So they have to actually be more diligent, and it's much more complex for them because they actually have to be much more detailed about what their values are, what their opinions are, given the fact that they're surrounded by so many.
Sure. Well, Tracey, it's fascinating information. How can we find out more and read your blogs and learn more about the Z Women?
Thank you. My website is TraceyWilen.com, which is TraceyWilen.com. I'm on Facebook as Dr. Tracey Wilen. I'm on Twitter at Tracey Wilen, and of course I'm on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing your information with us. And I guess good luck to all those Z women coming up, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Well, I'm Kelly Lamm, and that is your delicious scoop.